Could you begin by introducing yourself?
My name is Nina Aghdam.
Is that your real name?
No, it's not.
Would you like to tell us your real name? Are you aware of the impact which your real name can make on others, as opposed to your nickname?
To be honest with you, since I have already spoken out as Nina Aghdam, I'd rather keep that continuity of identity. Apart from that, there is no other reason for not giving my real name when my face is shown and I'm speaking live and people know me.
So there is no reason why you shouldn't reveal your real name, as you are known to others and your face is being seen.
I just thought it would cause confusion, since I have introduced myself as Nina Aghdam before.
I think that your real name would make your claim more trustworthy and support such an important historical case much better.
No problem. My real name is Azar Al-Kanaan, and I'm a Kurdish woman born in Kurdistan.
When were you arrested?
In 1983.
How old were you?
About 18 and a half, and I already had a baby.
You mean you were married?
Of course. I had been married for a few years then, and I even had a child. When I was arrested, my baby was only 8 or 9 months old. I was arrested and straight away I was sent to a room to be tortured. They began to beat me while my little daughter was crying loudly. The officer was holding my daughter, and I was forced to lie down so that they could beat me. They lifted up my blindfold so that I could see my daughter crying in his arms. He said, "Watch how much your daughter is crying. What do you want to do? Tell us everything you know. Then we shall release you and your daughter would stop crying."
Apart from torturing the prisoners, which is a known phenomenon, the women prisoners have an extra concern, an extra fear. Did you happen to have such an experience?
Yes, rather a lot. During my imprisonment, the Tehran prison and those in the other cities. Evin prison 209. When I was held in Evin, I was kept in 209. And for a while I was in 3000, in the hallway, meaning I was not kept inside a cell. I faced a series of problems which were particular to my personal circumstances. I was bleeding heavily all the time. They did not provide me with sanitary towels. My little daughter caught chickenpox. All of her body was covered with spots. Her chest, her back were full of them. She felt so ill all day and night. There were no facilities to wash, nor was there even a chance to change her clothes. The situation was so bad that even now I suffer remembering it. You cannot imagine how much my daughter suffered.
Did anything else happen then?
Yes.
Were there any other problems?
Problems. Other problems.
Would you mind to speak about the most painful incident you faced in the prison?
Every moment which I spent at the prison and every second of those tortures formed very painful experiences. So bitter that one would never wish to remember.
There are, however, a lot of particular experiences which some had to face and others did not.
The experience of being raped. I experienced being raped when I was kept in a city prison.
Which city was that?
Sanandaj.
What was the prison's name?
Sepah Pasdaran. You know, in our city where we lived, of course it was out of people's kindness, but I was a much respected figure. My husband was a political activist, so he had to leave the city. My brother was executed. My cousin had just been released from prison with his chin up after 7 to 8 years of being held as a political prisoner. I come from a politically active family. Everybody in our family has been involved with politics one way or another. The officer one day told me, "When you walk across the city, your head and neck are erect with pride. I shall do something to take that pride away from you." I said, "What can you do to take my pride away?" I could have never imagined that he was contemplating rape. Of course, whenever he questioned me, he sat me in a chair with my eyes blindfolded. He always sat very close to me. While speaking to me, I could feel that he was doing something to me. He brought his legs closer to touch mine. I used to pull myself away. Even though I was wearing a veil, I could feel that he was doing something, but I never expected anything further than that, or perhaps I was somehow inexperienced. At night, when the other officers went home, my officer fastened my hands to the radiator. That night, when that happened, the hallway was so quiet. I do not remember which night it was. Usually those nights when they said Komeil prayer, there was a lot of noise. I do not remember exactly which night it was, but it was so quiet. There were not any officers or anything in the hallway. He came towards me.